Today in this video, we'll be tying Daigle's Skittering Nocturnal Stone. I'm Patrick Daigle. I'm a guide here at Blue Ribbon Flies in West Yellowstone, Montana. Let's see here. First, we'll start with our rear tail of some medium brown rubber leg. Just start that on the hook shank just around the point and wrap back to approximately the bend in the shank. Next material that we'll be using here will be 3/16 yellow evizote. And if I missed the hook information earlier, that is a Daigle 700 number 8. Now we'll take our yellow evizote and trim a nice wedge pattern, approximately 1/4 inch wide, getting a little bit wider as you would head up towards the head of the foam here. We'll take that and we'll snip a little angle for the tail. And we'll place that part just above our thread. Make a few wraps there just to get that secured. Fold it up, bring your thread forward just to about the point, and make some wraps there. And that will be your first segment for the abdomen. Kind of come in and fix the tail here, as it often gets smushed by the foam a little bit. Okay, you can trim that just like so. Alright, the next piece of foam is a 3/16 olive evizote, and again trimmed in a similar manner, where you have it starting off at about 1/4 inch and getting slightly wider as you head towards the front of the foam, or the head of the foam there. We'll take this and just lay it short on top of the yellow foam. Don't bring it out quite to the end there. Hold it in with your left hand and pinch. Just make a few secure wraps to bring that on board. Wind your thread forward. At this point, I like to start adding a little CA glue, a little super glue with each step. That really helps with the durability of the fly. Helps prevent it from wanting to roll after catching a few fish. Alright, let's see, we have that looking good there. Make a few loose wraps and then add some firmer wraps after you have it secure. Alright, looks good. Come in here and trim your gray evizote flush over the abdomen there, and just kind of trim it and taper it. At this point, we'll start tying in our grizzly legs. And for the legs, I'm using a hairline product. It's Grizzly Barred rubber legs, medium natural. I take 2 full legs from the packaging, cutting them in half, giving me 4 equal lengths. Now I take one of the 4 legs that I have, fold it in half again, giving me 2 sections, 2 legs here approximately 1 inch long. And I'll actually attach both of them with some loose wraps on one side of the fly. Coming in now with my fingers, I'll grab one set of legs and just kind of slide it to the back side there, and that makes them nice and even. Find their final resting home and give those a few really solid wraps. Okay, fold your foam up. Again, add a little CA. And at this point here, pull your foam forward. That will help spread your legs just a little bit there. Here we go. Add a few thread wraps to this segment here. It will actually help your legs have a wider stance, if you will. If they get seated deep down in the foam, they tend to get folded close together, and you don't end up with a very good result. So again, just a few loose wraps just to hold those legs in place, and come in with your fingers and pull one set to the near side right over the top, giving you a good even matching set of legs. And once you found them in a good location, give them a few good solid wraps. Okay, that looks pretty good. Again, fold your foam up here, and this will be the largest segment of the actual bug here. So you want to leave yourself a good distance to the eye of the hook. Add a little CA glue, and instead of tying down both sections of both pieces of the foam together, we're just going to take the yellow for starters and give it a good few wraps, secure that. Now again, come in with another little bit of CA glue. This is again for durability. This fly takes a little time to make, so if we're going to make it, we might as well make it right so that it doesn't fall apart after catching one fish. Okay. Now at this point you can come in and snip away the yellow epizote, holding it up, kind of pulling it taut, and just getting that scissor right down by the eye, snipping it away. Now for the wing here on the nocturnal stone, I'm just using some light gray Enrico sea fibers. There are some other materials, a number of materials out there that you could use in this materials place here. So I just simply fold the sea fibers around the hook, bring that up into place, kind of give it a little push forward here so I can get a good solid thread wrap on it, and that will hold it in place. Now at this point here, I'll take a piece of yellow fly foam, just a simple piece of yellow fly foam, place it over top for our wing case. A few good solid wraps. We can trim our wings here nice and short. This is again the flightless nocturnal stone. We can trim our wing case, and we can trim our gray epizote. Now you should have 2 legs remaining of all those that you trimmed earlier, and this will be our it'll be a leg slash antenna, and I do this just by kind of matching up the leg to the length of the other legs already in place, leaving the remainder trailing out front. Again, just putting a few loose wraps to get it in place, roughly in place. And again, repeat that on the near side. Once you're happy and satisfied with how they look, come on in and give them some good solid wraps so that they don't go anywhere. Now I like to pull them forward here and give them a nice even trim. And at this point here, the fly is just about done. I'll take a whip finish tool and throw in some good whip finishes right there in place. Now this is a bit yellow here, and that's by choice. I wasn't able to find the best color foam for this, so I've been kind of forced into using a marker, a Faber-Castell marker. Happens to be India ink waterproof, and the color is green gold, which I found to be pretty appropriate for imitating this stonefly. And again, just to kind of step back for a second, this fly came about one morning. I was sitting here at the bench just waiting for a client to show up, and somebody had brought in a nocturnal stone as a sample, and it was sitting here in a cup and happened to have a few extra minutes, so we just started putting the foam together and the markers on the foam, and tried to get the right shade to match the body color just right and come up with a good looking bug to imitate it. And this is what came as an end result, and it worked. It actually worked quite well. Skittering it, close to the bank. Also just twitching it, and I like to think that this front antenna can actually act kind of like a spring in a sense, where you don't even necessarily have to skitter it, you can just twitch it, and the tension from that latex leg will actually give it quite a bit of action. So we just kind of mark up the wing case as you'd like. This could possibly flip over, so I don't want it to look too unnatural if that were the case, and we've kind of taken that original yellow and toned it down considerably with that green gold marker. So with that, we have the complete Daigle Skittering Nocturnal Stone. Enjoy!